Iman and Islam. In this book, Ayatikad Nama, the Prophets, Sallallahu Ta'ala, Alayhi wa Salam. Hadith-i-Sharif telling of Iman and Islam will be explained. I hope that, through the blessing of this Hadith-i-Sharif, the faith of Muslims will be perfected, and thereby they will attain salvation and happiness. And I hope again that it will cause me, Khalid, whose sins are so many, to be saved. May Allahu Ta'ala, in whom I have the beautiful belief that he needs nothing and that his favors and blessings are so plentiful, and who pities his slaves much, forgive this poor Khalid, whose stock is so little and heart so black, for his unsuitable words, and accept his defective abadat. May he protect us against the evils of the deceitful, lying Satan, and against being deceived by false, erroneous words and writings of the enemies of Islam, and make us happy. He is the most merciful of the merciful and the most generous of the generous. The ulama of Islam said that every discreet male or female Muslim, who has reached the age of puberty, ought to know and believe in the as-sifat adh-datiyya 5, and as-sifat ath-thubatiyya 6, of Allahu Ta'ala correctly. It is this which is primarily obligatory fard for everybody. Not to know is not an excuse but a sin. Khalid ibn Ahmad al-Baghdâdî write this book not to make a show of superiority and knowledge to others or to become famous, but to leave a reminder, a service behind. May Allahu Ta'ala help humble Khalid 7 with his power and through his Prophet's blessed soul. Ameen. Everything other than Allahu Ta'ala is called the ma siwa or âlim, the creation, the universe which is called nature now. All creatures were non-existent. Allahu Ta'ala is the one who has created them all. They all are mumkin, that may come into existence out of non-existence. And hadith, that came into being out of nothing. That is, they may come into existence while they are non-existent, and they came into existence while they had been non-existent. The Hadith-i-Sharif, Allahu Ta'ala was existent, anything else did not exist, shows that this is true. A second evidence showing that the entire universe and all creatures are hadith is the fact that creatures are transforming and changing into one another all the time. In fact, anything qadim, without a beginning, should never change. Allahu Ta'ala's person, essence, and attributes are qadim and never change. 8. The changes in creatures cannot be coming from the eternal past. They should have a beginning and come into existence from elements or substances, which must have been created out of non-existence. Another evidence for the fact that the universe is mumkin, that is, it may come into being out of non-existence, is that creatures, as we see, are hadith. That is, they come into existence out of nothing. There are two beings. The mumkin and the wajib. 9. If only the mumkin existed, or if wajib al-wujud did not exist, nothing would exist. 10. For this reason, the mumkin could not come into existence or go on being by itself. If some power had not affected it, it would have always remained in non-existence and could not have come into existence. Since a mumkin could not create itself, it could not, naturally, create other mumkins, either. That which has created the mumkin has to be wajib al-wujud. The existence of the âlim shows that a creator who created it out of nothing exists. So, the unique creator of all that are mumkin, the creatures, is the only wajib al-wujud without being hadith or mumkin, but always existent and qadim, eternal. Wajib al-wujud means that its existence is not from something else but from itself, that is, it is always self-existent and is not created by someone else. If this were not so, then it would have to be a creature, mumkin and hadith, created by someone else. And this is contrary to what is deduced above. Persian Khuda, used as a name for Allah, means always self-existent, eternal. 11. We see that the classes of beings are in an astounding order, and science finds out new laws of this order each year. The creator of this order must be Hayy, ever-living, Alim, all-knowing, Qadir, almighty, Murid, all-willing, Sami, all-hearing, Basir, all-seeing, Mutakalim, all-speaking, and Khaliq, all-creating. 12. For death, ignorance, incapability or being disposed under others' compulsion, deafness, blindness and dumbness are all defects, imperfections. It is impossible that such defective attributes be in him who has created this, âlim or kainat, all beings. in such an order and who protects them against annihilation. 13. Moreover, we see the above attributes of perfection also in creatures. He has created them in his creatures. If these attributes did not exist in him, how could he create them in his creatures, and would not his creatures be superior to him? We should also add that in him who has created all these worlds of beings there should exist all the attributes of perfection and superiority and none of the attributes of deficiency, for one defective cannot be creative. Let alone these reasonable evidences, ayat-i-karimas and hadith-i-sharifs explain clearly that Allahu Ta'ala has the attributes of perfection. Therefore, it is not permissible to doubt it. Doubt causes disbelief. The above given 8 attributes of perfection are called as sifat at-thubutiyya. Allahu Ta'ala has all the 8 attributes of perfection. There is no defect, disorder or change in his person, essence, attributes or deeds.